Hi, are you my 1030? Great, I'm Violet. I'm going to be making your suit for you. Yeah. So what can you tell me about why you want this suit, what you want it for, and what exactly you're looking for? Oh, okay, a wedding? Sure, yeah. It's not your wedding, is it? Okay, so I'm guessing that you want a nicer suit then, nothing super casual. Okay, yeah. All right. So if it's on the more casual end of the suit thing, then I'm guessing you're not looking for a tuxedo or a full suit. I guess I wouldn't recommend it. What did the invitation say? Okay, so it didn't say like black tie or anything like that. Okay. Right. So formal casual. Got it. Got it. So it sounds to me like what you're looking for is a sport jacket or a blazer. Yeah, there are some differences between the different types of men's jackets. So a suit jacket is tailored typically, or not. If it's not tailored, then it fits you very well. It's not loose. It's typically of a high quality fabric. It's usually in black or gray, or blue is a little. Blue can look a little dated depending on how it's treated, but that's just my opinion. Also, a requirement for a suit jacket is that it has to match your pants. So obviously, if you have a physical suit jacket, you can wear it with other things. But if you do that, it's kind of essentially a blazer or a sport coat at that point. So, what you're looking for, I think, is probably not that, because it doesn't sound to me like you wanted to order a whole suit. Right. Okay, so you're not interested in like getting fitted for pants, that type of deal. Right, okay. Okay, so you want a less formal top, yes? Okay. Okay, we can do that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to guess your sizes here. Yeah, okay. So, do you know if you'd prefer a blazer or a sport jacket? Yeah, the difference is, blazers and sport jackets have their origins from different places. So a blazer comes from the naval tradition, actually. So traditional blazers are navy blue. They usually have gold, or sometimes like kind of a gold or a brassy button. That's flexible. They're not. I heard. I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard that they were initially called blazers because when they came out, they were sort of like out there, like they were in colors and like stripes and stuff. So anyway, I also heard that the reason that some of these sailors would wear this type of suit is for in the event that there was a boat crash, they'd be easier to find. A little morbid. A little morbid. Anyway, some blazers have like a crest or a logo. Like you'll see the Ralph Lauren ones. Those are blazers. People have like school crests sometimes on their blazers. Like Yaleys, Harvard boys, that type of deal. So they're very like kind of preppy and nautical feeling. But you can tone that down if that's not what you're into. And then there's sport jackets, which have their origins in hunting. So they are usually of a more like natural color. So they're usually browns, or I don't know. You can have a black sport jacket and stuff that obviously they've modernized a lot, and you can have any color. But traditionally, they're sort of earthy toned. They're the ones sometimes that have the leather patches on the elbows and sometimes the shoulders. They can be warmer. But, you hear people kind of interchange these terms a lot these days. There's not like a clear line necessarily. So it doesn't really matter. They're essentially the same thing at this point. Although, don't tell my boss that, because she would staunchly disagree with me. Yeah, we make a lot of suits here, so you develop an opinion. Yeah, okay. So, is that what you're looking for? I mean, yeah, it's a good fit if you want something that's a little less formal and it's more loose fitting. It's not as, it's not as tight. Okay, yeah, so let's talk outfit here. What are you thinking of color? I mean, it depends on your fabric. I mean, you could get something, kind of classic, like a wool suit. That'd be really hot. Or you can get just, I mean, they make like cotton suits now, or mixed fabrics. You can get corduroy. You can get like linen. You can get seersucker if you want something a little more out there. So, what kind of fabric are you thinking? Okay. Sure. And what color? Okay. With like a sport jacket blazer, whatever, you don't have to match your pants and your jacket. They should coordinate and look good together. But they don't have to be the same color and shouldn't be, traditionally anyway. Depends on how you want to go with this. Okay. Alright, so we want a more casual jacket, but nothing too loose, right? Right, okay. Fabric's not too hot, so that's good. Okay. So I'm gonna need to take some of your measurements so that I can get to work constructing your suit. Just a few more questions. How tall are you? I ask that because suit fittings are done in terms of height. It's a big factor. So when you have a suit size, you have a number and a letter. So if you're small, you'd be an XS, whatever. Medium, or regular, tall, that whole deal. So, it sort of depends on what you want, or how tall you are, rather. So I'm going to need to take some of your measurements. Okay, so we take off the jacket you're wearing. Great, thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure across your chest, the widest point. I'm going to measure down your back. I'm going to measure your wrists. I'm going to measure the length of your arms, your forearm, bicep. I'm going to measure just sort of various points on your body so I can make sure I get a good fit for you. And in the process, we will talk about some other style details that you might like, because there's a lot of there's a lot of variation among suits. It's not as simple as people think, especially women. But anyway, we're gonna begin. Excuse me, I have my handy dandy measuring tape. There's some people who don't value, I think, a well-tailored suit, and to me that's a shame, because I know to a lot of women, a man in a suit, it's like the equivalent of seeing a woman in lingerie. It's just, it's good luck. Okay, sorry, got a little carried away there. Okay, so can you lift your arms for me, please? Thank you. Just gonna go over your head here and around your arms, and we're going to just take your measurements here, okay? Great, and a little lower. Okay, just testing the fit of your shoulders. Alright. all normal. Let's see. Now I'm going to measure your waist. Pardon my hands. Okay. Alright. I have your waist measurement here. Yeah, a suit typically, like a fitted suit anyway, kind of tapers in at the waist, because the way a man's body is sort of set up, whereas a woman is more curved, sort of hourglass. Not every woman, but sort of as a general rule, women have wider hips and goes in it, you know. But men are sort of more like a V. So there's the shoulders, and then it tapers down into a point, centering at the pelvis, and then sort of hips that are just kind of like, oh, I'm hips, I don't know. They don't lie. But yeah, it's important to get the lower waist measurements. So now I'm going to do the seam. Go from your shoulders down to your waist. Okay. Good. Just that one. Can you lift your arm up for me? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So one thing we need to talk about in terms of style is how many vents do you want on your suit? A vent is when the back of the suit is cut and there's a kind of like a flap, or right down the center. If you have one vent, it sort of makes two vents really. You have like a line. If this is the base of your suit, you'd have a cut in it here, and so these two flaps would be loose. So you can have one vent, or two vents, or three vents. I mean, it's really up to you. Think of a suit you have at home that you like. How many vents did that one have? Okay? Yeah, I mean, to my mind, I don't have a strong preference either way. I'm not like a 3-vent kind of girl or something. Like, I don't have a preference. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna come around here. We're gonna do over your shoulder and down around the back. Okay. And what does that say? Good. Okay. Let's cut in your jacket. Alright. Now we got what was it? Okay. So now I'm going to take the measure of your shoulders. Where's the beginning of my tape measure? I lost it. Okay. Alright, so do your first shoulder here. Okay. Good. We're gonna go on this side. Okay. In traditional military costumes, the decorative shoulder pad, a bit like actually what I have here, although this is different, but a decorative shoulder, sometimes with tassels, that's called an epaulette, which is from the French word for shoulders, which is épaule. Interesting. Fun factoids. I'm full of them. Tell your friends. Okay. your shoulders. I'm going to take the measure of your forearm and your bicep. Oh my gosh, where's the beginning? I found it, sorry. Okay. Okay, from the top of your shoulders. Down. Can you just flex for me, please? Thank you. Good. And now around the side. Okay. And flex for me. And relax. Okay, thank you. And now forearm. Oh, my foot just fell asleep. Shifting around a lot. Oh, what is that? Get out of here. What is that? Fabric lying everywhere. One of the woes of being a tailor. Okay. All the way down to the end. And flex, please. Okay, relax. Thank you. And now we're gonna do your collar. Thank you. Can I just have you? Okay. I'm gonna go around and make a fist. Okay. Great. Now I'm gonna write that down. What was the number? Oh, okay, wait, I remember. My foot is pins and needles right now. This is so uncomfortable. Okay. Now we're going to measure the other side. Okay. Your top forearm to edge of the bicep. Okay, can you flex for me? Thank you. And around your bicep. Okay, flex. Thank you. Now we're going to do your forearm. Okay, and flex for me. Thank you. And around your wrist, make a fist. Okay. Okay, so in terms of cuffs, what are you thinking? I mean, I don't make a huge fuss about cuffs personally, but you can pick how big of a cuff you want. If you want a cuff that's designed to be folded, if you want a cuff that's thicker than the rest of the fabric, or just, I mean, even a shirt that doesn't have a cuff at all, it just sort of fades out and is smooth. Yeah, I mean, cuffs are typically, dress shirt type things, but, a blazer does have, at the edge of the fabric, and you have to treat it, so what do you think about that? Okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. Do you want built-in cufflinks? Okay. Now I'm going to fit down the center. I need you to just hold your chin up for me. Don't look down, because I need you at full height. Standing up straight, don't breathe in. I mean, you can breathe, just, don't suck in. Okay. Down from your chin to your collarbone to your natural waist. Okay. Okay. And now, one of the last things that we need to talk about is what kind of details you want in terms of the color and if you want it to be single-breasted or double-breasted. Well, for the collar, you know, you can do, it's pretty varied. You can do like a classic, you know, like I have here, a pointed edge that lies flat. You can do, I mean, that's a bit more casual than, like, you know, some collars have, they rise up a little bit. I mean, since you're designing this suit, we could give you like a vampire collar that sits up like that. You can do 1 point or 2 points, depending on what style you like. I mean, typically it is an issue of function over form, but it's your suit. We can design it to your liking. How would you like your collar? Okay, I can do that. Now, since this is going to be a handmade dress shirt, you will need to take care of your suit, especially in the shoulder and the collar area. You should wash this suit when it comes out only once every 5 or 6 wearings, and they should be dry cleaned, especially with the fabric you've picked. Do not put them in your washer dryer, especially don't put them in your dryer. And you know, in terms of hangers, you know, the classic like plastic or wire hangers are very bad for suits. You should think about investing in some nice wooden ones with like a thick band, and that gives enough support to the collars that if it's left hanging for a long time, it won't sort of hurt the shape of the suit jacket, especially given that it's custom fitted for you and we want it to be perfect. Yeah, so, you know, think about that. Shoulders and collars are a really important area of care. So you want to have it dry cleaned and hung up properly. Oh, we need to talk about how you want it to come together in the center. So, the modern style is a single-breasted jacket, which just means that there's one set of buttons that overlay. You've seen this on almost every suit jacket. A double-breasted suit means that there are 2 sets of buttons. So you'd have, well, can't really demonstrate on me, but you'd have 4 buttons. It's just a different look. It's an aesthetic. It's more formal, more traditional, but it can be done to a very nice effect. You see a double-breasted look a lot on women's coats. Pea coats in general are typically double-breasted, faux double-breasted, because it's kind of a pain to have an actual double-breasted coat. So they're usually the buttons are just sewn on the outside. But it's a nice look. It looks very, I think to an American eye, it looks sort of English. I don't know. But are you interested in a double-breasted or a single-breasted coat? I've never heard of a triple-breasted coat. No, I mean, I don't think that's what you want, is it? No, okay. Sorry, double-breasted or single-breasted? Okay, gotcha. Okay, do you want, what color buttons? Okay. What size buttons are you thinking about? The traditional buttons are about, you know, they can be anywhere from quite small to quite big. You can opt somewhere in the middle, somewhere on either end of the spectrum. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Alright, well, I have all your measurements. We've talked about all of the styles that I think are appropriate for this wedding, so I'll get back to you in about a week, and we'll have a fitting, and at your fitting, we will adjust the fit to make sure, so don't get morbidly obese between now and then, and, you know, from there we can adjust anything that you don't like, but, yeah, I will give you a call. Can I have your phone number, please? Okay? Great. I I will be in touch with you, and I'm really excited to make your suit. I think it's gonna turn out really well. I'm excited to see it on you. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you in a week or so. Have a great day.